Hey guys, what's going on? Back with another Cold War Zombies video. And as you know by now, Toten got released a few days ago, and it's doing pretty well. A lot of people are saying that they really love the map and really love the story that's going on. And a lot of new people, maybe people that even play Warzone and multiplayer, are also playing Toten. So it looks like it's doing really well. So that made me start thinking about or wondering where or what Lee Ross has been up to since he left Infinity Ward, then went to Treyarch, and then eventually left Treyarch. And if you're not familiar with it, Lee Ross is the one that he worked at Infinity Ward, I think up until maybe 2017 or 18. He made Zombies in Spaceland and the whole Willard Wyler storyline. And then he eventually worked, I believe, under Jason Blundell. Then Jason Blundell left, and then he left also. So I guess I was assuming he moved on with Jason Blundell to maybe his new company, Deviation Games. But like I said, I started wondering and doing some research and wondering what Lee Ross has been up to because on his Twitter he hasn't really been posting anything new. To be honest with you, the last time he posted was February 15th, and it says that he's still in California. But I did some digging, let's say, and it's nothing difficult or really hard to find out. But it looks like he eventually moved on, or is now, according to his LinkedIn, is now working for a company called Sumo Digital Limited, which is in the United Kingdom. And of course, it has some of his previous work and experience and stuff like that. And again, it shows that he worked at Treyarch until 2020, and then moved on the same year and month to Sumo Digital Limited. And again, like I said before that, he worked for Infinity Ward, did IW Zombies, which I'm thinking it was a great storyline. It was really, really, really good. It tied together a lot of things between both, funny enough, Treyarch and Infinity Ward. But I'm thinking that it was a great couple maps. I actually went back and started playing some of the older ones, or some of his maps that he made, trying to look into it and stuff like that. And eventually it tied in Extinction also with the Willard Wyler story and stuff like that. So again, I kind of it makes me also wonder like what would have happened if he stayed at Treyarch. Would he have continued the storyline at Treyarch, um, or kind of like mashed all the studios together? Because I know there's photos out there of him, Jason Blundell, and Cameron Dayton all going out for a drink. So it made me kind of wonder, like, how the or if maybe he wouldn't probably even be in charge, but I'm just assuming, let's say he was going to be like some type of creative director or director of zombies. But we don't know. I guess we don't know what would eventually would have happened. But it made me start wondering when I started playing Mauder Toten. I guess we're kind of like winding towards the ending life cycle, or I guess game cycle for Cold War. Don't know if it's gonna kind of blend into Sledgehammer games and stuff like that. So aside from all that, so I started looking into Sumo Digital, and I actually was looking at some of their games, and I actually played some of their games. Funny enough, a lot of them are on Xbox, so I don't know if these are like it's a studio that is kind of like Xbox exclusive. Um, I thought because I know this one is definitely on Xbox. Hot Shot Racing, which is actually pretty good. It's kind of like that '90s arcade, virtual reality type racing back in the day was really really good. Um, so I actually saw some of these on there. I know this is a new one. I don't know. This might actually be an. I don't even know if that's Xbox exclusive, but it doesn't say anything on there. Um, but anyways, like I was saying, it made me start wondering or looking at some of the games um, that he made and trying to see what he was up to. I always wonder, like, I don't know, like, not to dive into anyone's business, but like, what the the career life is at like some of these studios and stuff like that. Um, for so many people to leave Treyarch at the same time, but then it's always going to be that doubt, I guess, with the Jimmy Zelensky, like what would have happened if Jimmy stayed with Treyarch? Would we have kept Victus? Would Transit would have gotten fixed, or what the final outcome would have been with like Victus, or Jason Blundell probably would have stayed on multiplayer and campaign. Maybe they would have like created their own mode or something like that. And then same thing with Cameron Dayton, as far as like at this point we don't know what Sledgehammer Games is gonna have, if they're gonna continue the World War II Nazi zombies storyline, which I think is pretty cool. Actually, like I said, a lot of these games and zombie maps, I ended up going back and replaying, giving it another chance. I never hated any of the zombie maps. I think I was just kind of always like multiplayer, and then Fortnite I was into when that first came out, and I always played Madden and NBA 2K. Zombies, I was always the casual until, again, like I mentioned, Black Ops 3, when I really started diving into the backstory, the Easter eggs, and stuff like that. Then I kind of eventually just shifted over everything to zombies. Like, I don't play NBA 2K anymore. I don't play Madden anymore. I don't play Fortnite anymore. And then it's kind of the opposite now, where I play multiplayer and even Warzone in between playing zombies. Like right now, I want to complete some of the zombies intel. I'm like such a um, like perfectionist or completist, if that's a word. And I just want to get all the intel and stuff like that, and then move on to maybe um, multiplayer or play some Warzone or Fire Team. But I just want to have all that intel unlocked and then move on to the next thing. Wait for the next map to drop or some more outbreak stuff like that. Um, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I said, I just want to kind of look back and try and think or like wonder what how Cold War zombies would look if Lee Ross had stayed at Treyarch. I'm thinking from what I read on Twitter, I'm not gonna say by who, but I kind of wonder if it sounds like he was gonna be the director of zombies. So I don't know if it's like maybe they found out that they would have to work on Cold War and the crunch time and stuff like that that I've heard of. Maybe just looked like it was gonna be like a path of disaster. But it's pretty ironic that a lot of zombie devs left. But I think Cold War is the most successful right now, and it's kind of like it always makes you wonder, like it's unfortunate, like some choices that you make in life, it's kind of like should you, I don't say play the lottery or not play the lottery, because the lottery is a horrible example because you're guaranteed to lose the lottery. But you have like a chance, a 50-50 chance, and then it's like um I'm assuming from what I'm hearing now, and I guess you'll be able to tell by how much extra budget, I guess, Activision is going to give Call of Duty and Cold War and stuff like that. That a lot of these Treyarch devs left, but like I wonder what they're thinking now, or kind of like I'm thinking like how the game would be if they had stayed. I wonder if they think that like, oh, they left a little bit too early, or I guess it's like I don't know if it's thinking, if I'm thinking like your NBA. I always look back and compare everything to sports. Like you're on a team and then you leave and then they win like 3 championships in a row or something like that, or they have like an amazing season or something like that, and you're like, oh man, I wonder if I should have stayed. If I had stayed like 1 more year or 2 more year, I would have like another championship. um, but again, I guess a lot of us don't know what goes on in the studios. It's kind of all personal and private stuff. Anyway, so I want to just kind of look back on Lee Rossi, what he was up to, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised that I found. I mean, he's been there for a while, so this probably was up for a while, but it's kind of cool to see what he is or find where he's at. Kind of the same thing when Jason Blundell kind of resurfaced a few days ago. That's like, wow, we actually find out where he's at and stuff like that. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.